I like sports and that's it.
Yo, 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 it's the one and only Lyse.
And it's your girl Velz, a.k.a. Velly Vel, if that's what you want to call me.
And together we are
Loc'd
in Sports. Yo, episode 24.
Episode 24.
24. Yes, we are back with another episode, Velz.
Yep.
What we going to be talking about today?
Well, today we got a little NFL playoff talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got to get into them Cowboys.
We
got to get into them, but, it's only right that we talk about them. Then we got a little bit of NBA, a few hot topics. The trade deadline is approaching.
Yep.
And then we kind of wanted to get a little bit of tennis in with the Australian Open going.
All right.
So I think that's about it.
Sounds good, Velz. Before we do, how you been? What's been going on? Let's catch up.
Man, so first of all, of course, it's a new year. We said it on the last episode, but Happy New Year again.
Yes.
It's 2024.
2020 more.
2020 more.
Yeah.
And, just same old coaching. Now, I must say that this season has not been a good one for us. Basketball season it's been kind of a rebuilding year, kind of a down year. But, this is what kind of makes the grind fun because, if we're successful in the next few years, then, it was worth it.
Right.
But other than that, man, Christmas break was great. Threw a couple of parties.
Okay.
Went to a couple of Christmas parties, just enjoying the holiday festivities and enjoying friends and family. It's been cool. What about you?
I've been good. I'm excited to see what 24 brings.
Okay.
I enjoyed my time off. Took a couple of weeks off for, celebrate Christmas and New Year's and all that. Like you said, did a couple of parties, hung out with family. Went to different little holiday themed things they had in the area, so that was fun.
Okay.
I just really enjoyed my time, man, and ready to get after it. And like I said, and see what this new year brings.
Right.
For sure.
Definitely.
I know recently we had our girls' night.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
You want to kind of talk about that? That restaurant we went. What was it called?
Kitchen Social?
Kitchens. Wait a
minute. Which one you talking about?
I was talking about when we went to Lexi's. I'm about to say Lucy. Lexi.
Yeah. Okay, so we can talk about both. So look,
okay.
Lexi's was pretty cool. We had a little girl night. It was a couple of friends that we hadn't seen in a while. And we decided to meet up that night and go to Lexi's out in Dallas. Must say it was a great time.
Yep.
Just hanging out, talking about different things, talking about, plans for this year and great laughs as always.
We were showing our age.
Right. Definitely, we in our auntie era or whatever. Lexi's was cool. Now it was really cold that night, and they had us sitting by the door.
Right.
But it was cool.
It was.
Did you want to talk about like some of the appetizers we had?
Yeah.
Because y'all know we foodies or whatever. What did we have? We had.
I know we had that tuna.
The tuna tartare.
Yeah.
And then there was also a shrimp and
crab spinach dip.
Yeah,
that
spinach,
was fire.
Yep. And then also the baked crab cakes, I believe.
Yes, the pan-seared.
The pan-seared. Yeah, the pan-seared crab cakes.
Those was fire.
Those were good as well. And then for my entree, I had a salad. It was just okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only eating certain things right now, so it was just all right for what it was. I obviously would have got something else different, but I mean, the salad was just okay. What did you get?
I'm trying to remember what
you got.
I got the salmon. Yeah. I got like some honey glaze or some lemon. I don't know what it was, but it was salmon with some cheddar, mashed potatoes. And I want to say I had a green vegetable, but I cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
Was it green beans?
It wasn't green beans,
oh, okay.
I don't think.
I thought you had green beans.
I don't think it was spinach either. Macaroni and cheese. I didn't even have green vegetables. So I had, as you can see, it's been a couple of weeks.
Right.
But no, it was really good. I didn't get to, I couldn't eat it all in one sitting, so I ended up, getting it to go, and I ate it the next day, and it was fire.
Right.
Lexi's has a nice little vibe.
Yeah.
You know, they had the little Barbie thing going, and so it was cool. One thing I was gonna say about us not eating the like fried food and stuff like that. We're, like you said earlier, we on a fast. So dry January, ain't no sipping. It's been a struggle.
You funny.
But I'm almost done with mine, so we good.
Also, that night we saw Simone Biles.
We did see Simone. Shout out to Simone Biles, man.
Yeah,
we did.
You know, because the Packers were in town playing the Cowboys, and you know, I believe her husband plays for the Packers.
Yeah.
So in comes Simone Biles randomly.
Right.
I mean, it was just crazy.
In the most randomest place, because we had went into that bar, that retro bar.
Double D's.
Double D's in Dallas. That's actually a nice little bar. That's a nice, chill little in the cut spot.
Right.
But you wouldn't think Simone Biles was finna just walk through that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was there, having a good time in her little section or whatever.
Yeah. It was a pretty cool night. I think overall I just enjoyed, you know, hanging out with my friends and being around you guys, and it was just cool to get out and do that.
Yeah, because we ain't, like you said, we hadn't been together all like that together in one time in a minute. So yeah.
Yep. And then last thing, you know, we went to kitchen social.
Yeah,
little cooking class.
That was fun.
That was really fun.
I enjoyed that.
You could bring your own wine, and man, we made steak and scallops, and then we also made bacon wrapped. Was it bacon wrapped potatoes?
Yeah, it was bacon wrapped potatoes. It was almost like were they kind of like loaded?
It wasn't loaded. It was just, you know, we mixed some seasonings together and put it on the potatoes. Wrapped it and put it in the little cupcake holder.
Yeah, because we make it like little roses.
Right.
It was like bacon wrapped rose petal potato thing. It was good.
Right. Along with some asparagus. So it was really good. It was a good time, again, with my girls, and your sister was in town.
Yeah.
That was it was a fun thing. I definitely will be going back.
Yeah, I want to do that again.
To the cooking class again, because that was my first experience.
Same.
So I definitely will be going back to that. So yeah, but I mean, is that all that you wanted to talk about? I mean,
I'm good, man. I'm ready to kind of go and get into this because, as y'all know, I'm kind of pissed off. But come on,
man. All right, Beezy, go ahead and drop that beat. All right, Lyse. So where did you want to start? Did you want to start with the recap of the wild card round and then get into the playoffs? I mean, to the Cowboys?
Yeah, let's just start with the recap.
All right.
So the wild card round has concluded. I think we picked pretty much the correct, you know.
Yeah. First round.
Houston, in the AFC, Houston goes on to beat the Cleveland Browns. We both picked Houston. I just felt like Houston just had the momentum.
Yeah.
The Browns, I just wasn't sold on those guys. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, that same thing. I agree. Wasn't sold on the Browns, and then I feel like Houston, it got hot, you know, towards the end of the season. And Stroud is a really good quarterback. Well, he won't be a rookie anymore, but he was a rookie quarterback this year.
Right.
I just feel like, you know, they just had the hot hand, and, you know, they took care of business in the first round.
For sure, man. And, you know, Stroud's going to be a problem.
He played really well.
He don't play like a rookie.
Nah.
At all. So he was very poised and, like you said, took care of business. That next game, it was Miami against Kansas City.
So I picked Miami originally. Had I known what the weather was going to be like, I think I would have went with the Chiefs because, I mean, Miami, you know, obviously they're in Miami. Right. It's always sunny. It's never really just cold there.
Yeah, like that. That's different.
Not like that.
That was different.
I forgot what the temperature was. I believe it was below freezing. And, I mean, Miami just wasn't ready to play. I mean, you could just tell they weren't clicking on all cylinders as they had been all season. The Chiefs just seemed more prepared, more poised, more experienced. And I also forgot that you just might not want to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
No.
They had been there and they had done that and they took care of business. So, yeah. What did you think?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like you had said, the Chiefs may not have looked good in the regular season, but it's just like when those playoff lights come on and that stage is set, Pat is just a whole different type of player. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm going to ride with Pat in the playoffs 99% of the time myself. So, I'm not shocked that the Chiefs pulled out that game.
Yeah. So, the next one.
All right. So, after that, we had the Pittsburgh Steelers against Buffalo, and the Buffalo Bills, of course, took care of business.
Yeah.
Any surprise there?
No.
I think we both had Buffalo winning that game.
Yeah.
So,
I was actually surprised the Steelers made the playoffs, honestly.
Yeah, that's
as bad as a season as they had, but I mean, I expected the Bills to beat them and beat them badly.
Yeah, they snuck in there and yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Moving over there to the NFC. We had the Rams against the Detroit Lions. Of course, the Detroit Lions took care of business. I think we both had Detroit winning.
Yeah, I had Detroit winning that game. You had Detroit winning that game. Mm-hmm. But it was honestly a really good game. It could have went either way. The score was 24-23. Mm-hmm. And the Lions right now, they're just hungry. They started off the season by beating the Chiefs. Yeah. And, I mean, it's showing right now that they were not a joke, that this was not a fluke.
This is not a drill.
They're here. And, yeah, they took care of business against the Rams.
Yeah, they did. Again, Detroit has been coming since last year. Like I said, those guys finally have put it together. And I'm happy for that team because, I mean, Detroit has been a laughingstock in the NFL for a very long time. And the fact that they're seeing some success, hey, I can't hate on that. Not at all. Can't hate on that. Moving on, the Philadelphia Eagles against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And surprisingly, maybe to some, maybe not to some, Tampa Bay took care of business against the Eagles. You actually had Tampa Bay beating the Eagles.
Yeah, I did because of the way that the Eagles ended the season. I mean, they went from being 10-1 to losing their last 5 out of 6, I believe, or 5 or 6 out of 7. It was one of the two.
Right. But,
I mean, the Eagles just look bad at the end. They just look bad. You know, they weren't fully healthy. A.J. Brown was out.
Right.
Hurts was not 100%. And I just felt like it just, you know, you can't fake at this stage. You cannot fake it, you know what I'm saying, till you make it. And they were exposed in this game, you know, and shoot, they got sent home.
Yeah. I had the Eagles winning. I did not. I thought they could go into Tampa Bay and try to get that game. But obviously the injuries, like you said, played a major part. And hats off to the Buccaneers for winning that game. I mean, they were at home. And they took care of business, man. And again, we've said they are the Philadelphia frauds, and they have been exposed as such. But yeah, shout out to Baker Mayfield. He proved me wrong. I didn't think he was that guy, and he proved, you know, at least in that series or that game, to be that guy. So shout out to Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And here is the game that, you know, we were all excited for, waiting for. It was the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. And unfortunately, the Green Bay Packers took care of business on the Cowboys. And again, another year, we're one and done. I'm glad I've had a week to or 2 weeks now to kind of sit with this. Because had I had to jump on this thing and talk about that game at that given time, it wouldn't been a good show. It would just been a lot of expletives, a lot of those.
We would have had to beep you out a lot.
A lot of dumps. Because what I saw that game on that day was despicable, like horrendous, atrocious, terrible. Give me all the negative adjectives. That's what I saw displayed on my TV screen on that Sunday.
Yeah.
Which really sucks, Bill, because I was so excited that day.
I was too.
I woke up in a good mood, turned on a little church.
Yeah.
You know, I felt the excitement in the air because I knew I was very confident. I don't want to say overly confident. Maybe I was. But it's kind of hard not to be overly confident when you're playing against a 9-8 team.
Right.
When you're number 2 in the NFC. It's kind of hard not to be a little confident, huh? Have that little swagger about you.
Right.
So I actually want to start this segment. Kind of tell me how your Sunday started. Like, how were you feeling when you woke up and it was Cowboy playoff Sunday?
Well, I mean, like you said, I woke up in a good mood. I wasn't nervous, really. I wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
I was just kind of excited to watch playoff football. Right. Well, Cowboy playoff football. I knew we were going to be at home.
Yep.
It just felt right.
Yeah.
It felt right. I woke up, I picked my fit out. Fit was nice. You feel me?
What you have on?
I had my little wide leg jeans on with my white Diggs t-shirt.
Okay, because it was a whiteout.
It was a whiteout. I had my all white Vans on. I mean, I was feeling good. Right. I was ready to cheer. I was ready to be happy. I was ready.
Yeah.
And boy, was I disappointed, and I was let down. I don't even think I cheered the entire game.
No, you couldn't have.
I just shook my head the entire game. I really have to watch my emotions when I'm at other people's places watching the Cowboys game because I know how I am about sports. Right. Whether it's whatever team I'm rooting for. If I'm watching at someone else's house, I have to watch my emotions. If I'm not just comfortable with you like that, because I get passionate about these things. And man, the Cowboys, it took everything in me. It took everything in me not to storm out the house. Not to get upset, not to get up and stomp my feet and yell like I'm coaching. Like, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
From start to finish.
From start to finish, like you said before. It was just like the movie Precious. It just never got good. It just never got good. I was waiting on a moment.
Yeah.
I believe. We still believe. I'm talking, okay, it's halftime. We get the ball at half. Like, you know, I believe something special is going to happen. I know it.
Yeah.
And it just never happened. It just got worse.
As time went on.
Dak clearly was nervous and afraid. He just was not himself like the Dak that he had been all season. I mean, you know, he had some moments, like some negative moments throughout the season, but he played playoff football throughout the entire season. But then you wait till we get to this moment, the first playoff game of the playoff round, and you want to be nervous and afraid, and then you admit it to the media?
It's crazy.
Like, what type of leader? Like, what? Like, these guys on the field, they look to you. If I'm nervous, you know what I'm saying, as a wide receiver or as a running back, I need to look at my quarterback and be like, okay, nah, bro got me. Like, we good. You know what I'm saying? If Dak is cool, I'm cool. Like, let's play football.
Right.
And we did not get that from Dak. He showed a lack of leadership that game. He disappointed me.
After you said he had been a good leader all season.
He had
on the last
been.
episode, you had said Dak was a good leader.
And you know what? I'm not taking it back because he was. He was. But what he showed me in that playoff game, I promise you, like, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I don't believe in Dak anymore. Like, I'm through. You know, I don't care if we make it to the Super Bowl next year. We win it and I don't care. I still want him gone. Where's Cooper Rush? Where's Trey Lance? I'm done. You have to prove to me otherwise. I see what you can do in the regular season. I see that. I've seen that before. But when we get to the playoffs, you don't take care of business. Yeah. You just don't. Now, granted, it's not all on Dak. Play calling, defense. Yeah. It's not all on Dak. But when you have that ball in your hands and you're, you know what I'm saying, you're throwing the ball to these players, you're giving it to your running back, you're taking off to run, like you have the majority responsibility. Yeah. I'm sick. Like, I was literally sick. I was sick watching that game. I've gotten over it now, you know, because it's been about a week and a half almost, maybe almost 2. But while I'm in my apartment, I have a lot of Cowboys gear. I have a lot. You know, I have T-shirts. Well, I just have like T-shirts. I have a pair of socks. You know, I have some Cowboys gear. I don't want to see it. Right. I don't. I normally don't I normally don't dry my good stuff. Right. You know what I mean? Like if it's a Nike hoodie or if it's a Nike shirt, you got to air dry because I want it to stay looking new and looking fresh. I dang it through my Cowboy stuff in the drawer the other day. I was so upset. I'm so serious. Like I almost
what's his name?
Skip
Bayless.
I feel Skip. I feel him when he throws their shirts and their jerseys in the trash. I feel him because that's how I felt that day.
Yeah.
At least I'm over it, and really that's all I have to say. You know, of course, like a clown, I'll be back.
Right.
Another Quelu. Like I'll be back.
Yeah.
But right now, like I'm done. But in September, maybe you know what I'm saying, I'll fill up to root for him again during the season. I don't know. We'll see. I'm done.
No, I mean I feel you, and like I said, I was excited. I was confident. I even was still getting ready at kickoff.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even worried. You know what I'm saying? I was still in the bathroom getting myself together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, I know it's 3:20. I said I'll be all right. I'm you know.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to watch the kickoff.
Right.
I must have came out that bathroom and walked into the living room, and the Packers were already on the 10 or the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And I looked at the clock, and only like maybe 2 minutes had passed. So I was like, huh. Okay. I didn't hit the panic button then. I was just like,
of course, we wouldn't. It's a long game.
But it a light bulb went off. My eyebrows raised because why is that happening?
Right.
But I said, okay. Packers scored. I was all right, Dak. Now let's go to work.
Yeah.
He throws the interception. Was that the interception?
Was it? Did he throw an interception on the first drive? I really don't remember.
That first. I can't remember if it was the interception or we just was 3 and out. I think we maybe 3 and out.
I'll let you get back to that point.
Yeah.
I knew something was up. Every time we get a big stop and those referees throw that flag, that kills our momentum.
It does.
Because on the first drive, we were doing well.
Yeah,
we were doing well. And I forgot who it was. I believe it was Bland had an illegal defense of something. I forgot what it was, and that gave them like 10, 15 yards.
You're talking about when the defense was on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that first drive, every time the Packers had the ball first, we get a major stop. It's 3rd and I believe, I forgot what it was. It was 3rd and something. We about to get them off the field. We about to get on the field. Offense is, and then boom, flag. And they march their way down the field and they score. But yeah, I don't know if he threw an interception the first drive or not.
Well, that's when, CeeDee Lamb, that was when he couldn't catch the ball. Sully forgot how to catch the football.
Yeah.
After I just gave him praise about being a number 1 wide receiver.
Right. In which he
is.
Still believe he is.
But you know what? A number 1 wide receiver has to catch those balls.
You have to, especially in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Yes.
Then you say this is when boys become men.
It is.
It looked like they're still boys. All of them. All of them. It just like you said, never got good. Dak did he throw a pick 6? Was that a pick?
Yes, he did throw a pick 6. Oh my goodness.
And then he had that stupid ass look.
The look I hate.
Yes.
The Dak look.
The Dak look. The like that wasn't you that just did. Like it was like you saw ghosts. I don't know. I have never dropped so many F-bombs in one sitting. Right. Like in one sitting.
Yeah.
When it went up to like 21-0, I was like, yo, this is done. This is done. Because here's the thing. If the Cowboys get smacked in the face first, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They can't recover.
We don't play well from behind.
We don't.
And no matter who we're playing, whether they're sorry or good,
we don't.
We just don't play well from behind.
We have to take the first jab or we're off center.
Yeah.
If we're not getting turnovers, we're off center. So we were exposed.
We were.
I've listened to Dev, I've listened to the Ant-Man, and they said that Cowboys are frauds. We are. I have to agree. We're the frauds. We are the Dallas frauds.
Yeah.
We are. We have been fraudulent. And it proved that Sunday we're not that good. We're just not that good. We're not as good as we think we are. And then that starts from top to bottom. You gonna say
We
something?
wet the bed.
Barney sheets wet the bed. Barney sheets wet the bed.
The ones you can smell through the picture. Y'all remember how them Barney sheets used to smell? Even when you wash them 1,000 times, they still go smell like pee. We wet the bed. And I'm hurt, man. They hurt my feelings every year, and I'm tired of it. And our haters say the same thing. Man, they hurt y'all every year. Y'all know what the Cowboys gonna do. They're gonna do the same thing to y'all that they do every single year. And they're right. Up until this point, they're right. Even though we hate to admit it.
Yeah.
Because they just be talking noise.
Right.
But they're right.
But and what also upsets me, we had the perfect road.
We did.
We had it.
We had, Lyse, there was no other perfect road than what we had.
So if you can't capitalize on that.
2, you would have had the first home, you would have had the first game at home against the Packers. Then you would have ended up playing the
Detroit,
Lions
at
home again. And I feel like we would have beat them at home.
I felt like that.
And then you would have been in the NFC Championship. And then when you go up against the 49ers, okay, cool. Let's see. May the best team win.
Right.
At least let's just get there. May the best team win then, okay? At least.
Right.
We couldn't even get there because we lost in the first round. Again. You know what? Again. Let me calm down. I'm done.
But you know what, Bill? What upsets me, from top to bottom, we were bad.
We were.
Coaching was atrocious.
It was.
Because, Dan Quinn, I called you the savior. I gave y'all too much credit. My fault. I apologize. Silly me. It's my fault. I gave y'all too much credit. I'm hearing now a lot of coaches are being hired.
Yeah.
That game really hurt him.
He's still interviewing, though. He interviewed with the Seahawks, and I forgot what the other team was.
But a lot of people saying that game, knocked him down a few pegs. As it should. And let me tell you what pisses me off, Dan Quinn. You changed the whole game plan. All season, we're playing man coverage. All season. Then we decide the playoffs, we want to mix it up, change it up.
I've never coached football a day in my life. I played in a powder puff game in high school, but that was about it. Caught a touchdown too, actually, if I might add.
I don't remember.
I've never coached football a day in my life, but if they asked me to step in that day, hey, Dan Quinn's out. Coach Harmon, hey, what do you want to do? You want to run man?
Yeah.
Or you want to run zone?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what have we been running all season? We've been running man. Okay, let's run man. Right. I could have made that decision. Let's run man. Stick to what we've been doing.
Right.
Duh.
Exactly. Why would you change it up? You know what? If you were nervous, Dan Quinn, that your team is not fast enough to hang with those receivers, make that other team show that first. Before you just like, okay, let's scrap the plan. Let's just play zone. You don't do that.
I cannot believe it.
Do what got you there.
Yeah.
Everybody says ride what gets you there, and then make adjustments. Make the adjustments later.
Do you think that Dan tried to sabotage us by doing that?
I hope not.
Because why would you make such a change? Like, why would you make such a big change
I think
like
it was
that?
fear.
Defense matters.
It does matter. I think it was fear. I think he knows that his team, it wasn't fast enough to run with their, because that's a young team. Green Bay's a young team. Mm-hmm. And we are young too, but they are a really young team. They're the youngest, at that time, they were the youngest team in the playoffs. So those are a bunch of 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old guys. And he probably felt like our corners and safeties, all that couldn't hang with them.
Their receivers was just so wide open.
Because he left the middle of the field open. When you're in the zone, you just play areas. So they were just slicing up and down, like they're just cutting all through. Romeo Doubs he did something nasty to Stephon Diggs. I mean, he cut, slanted, and he had no.
I remember.
Open field.
Made him look crazy. I remember.
So it's like, come on, and the fact that
you mean Stephon Gilmore.
What did I say? Stephon Diggs?
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore. Oh, my goodness. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore. And the fact that you drop Micah Parsons back in coverage pisses me off.
Right.
Why wouldn't you have one of the best pass rusher, if not the best pass rusher in the league, rushing the goddamn quarterback? Now, why wouldn't you have that? Jordan Love is not a rookie, but it was his first year starting. Meaning this was his first playoff game. Why wouldn't you throw Michael Parsons at him? Why wouldn't you make that boy play? Why would you let him have all the time in the pocket to survey the field to find someone?
It just makes...
Why wouldn't you put the pressure on him?
Just make it make sense to me. It just don't make no sense to me.
I don't get it.
Still scratching my head. I don't know.
Hello, Lyse and Velz. Like, come on. I feel like this wasn't hard. I don't feel like game planning that game wasn't hard.
Shouldn't have been.
Stick to what you know. How about put your players in the best position to succeed? Ain't that what you're supposed to do, coach?
Yep.
You the coach.
Yep.
Use our strengths.
And take advantage of their weaknesses.
Come on.
But we didn't. So we move.
We have to now.
We move.
So, and you know what pisses me off after all of this? Mike McCarthy keeps his job.
Ugh.
You know? And I'm not saying Mike McCarthy has done well here. Since he's been here, we've had a winning record and we've been to the playoffs. So it's not that Mike McCarthy's a bad coach. I don't like his decision making at times. I don't like his time management. It's a lot of things I don't like about Mike McCarthy, but we gotta start holding somebody accountable now.
We have to.
Because are we not tired? Are we not tired of being season champs?
I heard that they had a players only meet. Well, something like a players only meeting.
Well, after the season, where it don't
matter, you know. But
couldn't we have that before?
I think Ferguson said something like, "Oh, next season starts now." They was like, how do you recover from this? How do you get better? It was like, well, we start now or something like that. I don't know, but guys, you just let us down again, and you let yourselves down.
Yeah,
like it's
embarrassing.
It was an embarrassing loss. What was it? We were the first
second place.
We were the first second place team to lose in the first round at home. I believe.
Where you've been great all year for the past 2 seasons?
Yes.
Come on.
I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. But you know what? At least we got to move on.
No, we do. And I want to ask you one more question before we do. Mm-hmm. They're also talking about extending back, just handing him out an extension. I'm trying to figure out for the fuck what. Like, we're rewarding bad football. We'll never go anywhere. If you get rewarded, if you get Dak, thank you for taking us to the playoffs all 9 years that you've been here. Haven't got past the first round, but here you go, buddy. Now we're gonna make you the highest paid quarterback in the league. For what? What have you done?
For me lately, I don't
ever. No, seriously,
ever.
The reason why Pat Mahomes is the highest paid quarterback is because he's won
he wins.
Super Bowls.
He wins. He's won.
He's a winner.
Yeah.
Like, you don't deserve shit.
You don't.
If it was up to me, the only thing you'd get was your pink slip. You'd be cleaning out your locker the next day if it was up to me. But I digress. We can move on. Yeah. But
you didn't let me answer the question. No, I don't think that he should be extended. I think he needs to earn it, just like they're trying to make Mike McCarthy earn it.
Yeah,
I think they need to make Dak earn it. If you don't get past the second round, we ain't playing you, or we ain't paying you.
Yeah,
either way. Playing or paying.
No, for real.
We just not going to do it. We got to move on.
Yeah.
Because you're a fourth rounder for a reason.
Yes.
Now, look, again, you have been great. Your numbers speak for themselves. I'm not just trying to bash him, but I feel like he deserves it because of how he performs in the playoffs. So if you don't do this, if you don't at least get to the NFC Championship, we got to cut you and we can't pay you.
Yeah. Let's send him home. And you brought up a good point, man. That's another thing. Maybe we gotta really dive into that. He was a fourth rounder.
Yeah.
I think that gets lost in translation because he does put up those stats. But he was drafted in the fourth round. So there's a reason why he was taken. There's a reason why 31 teams passed him up 3 times. I mean, come on, Cowboys fans. We got to be honest. There was a reason why 31 teams had passed him up 3 times. So it could be. I don't know what the scouting report. I need to see what the scout. It could be bad decision making. It could be not high. His football IQ may be low. Mm-hmm. We don't know, but we do know he was a fourth rounder, and I think we got to put that in perspective. Dak is not him. He's good, but I don't think he can get us to where we're trying to go. But unfortunately, this is what we have. And hopefully he works it out in the offseason and comes back and like, all right, you've been embarrassed enough. And it's gotten to the point now, players, family members are speaking out, which I don't like, you know what I'm saying, because we don't need to divide our locker room. This is not what we need.
Right.
So I would like for that to cease, because that's not helping the cause.
It's not.
But
they're upset just like
everybody's upset, but they got to stay in house. Let us talk about it. Let us talk about it. Because I want this team to do good. I'm just angry right now. But like you said, let's move on. What was the score of that game? It was 48-32. And trust me, that's not real. The game was not as close as the score is saying.
It wasn't.
It was terrible from the beginning. We was getting blown out.
Yeah.
And then they finally was like, the game started to come together for him later on. But at that point, it was too late.
Too late, sir.
Just stop talking. Because going on that podium and saying that, it was just baffling. Baffling. Okay. Let's move on.
All right. So on to the divisional round. We got the results of that.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll start with the Ravens and the Texans. Score was 34-10. What did you think about that game?
No, I mean, of course, Ravens. We
both picked the Ravens
to do that. Houston, but shouts out to Houston. They was in the game for the first quarter. They hung in there. But
they overachieved this year.
Yeah, they did. I mean, and plus they was playing with house's money.
Yeah.
So, had they won the game, that would have been, epic. But they're ahead of schedule. Houston is ahead of schedule. Mm-hmm. So nothing to hang their hat on. I would be proud of what they accomplished this season. I think Houston got a lot going for them. Next season, I think we're gonna see Houston here for years to come. Mm-hmm. I really do believe that. They may probably want to add a little bit more to that defense, maybe a little more to that offense, and we'll see more of Houston. We'll see more of Houston.
Yep, I agree with you there. We're going to move on. 49ers Packers. 49ers ended up edging that game 24-21. That game honestly couldn't win either way, but we both had the 49ers winning that game.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that one?
Yeah. Green Bay, that's another team that was playing with house money. They really didn't have anything to lose or anything to prove. They just out there playing football. They look great. Jordan Love, again, credit to him. He's ready. I think spending time behind Aaron Rodgers really elevated his game. And Green Bay will be in the mix. Yep. Green Bay will definitely be in the mix for years to come as well, just like Houston.
I agree. Lions Buccaneers. The Lions ended up beating the Bucs 31-23. I watched that game, and I had the Lions winning anyway.
Yeah.
Watched that game, and it was close. It was a close game, honestly. I believe what happened was the Bucs had scored a touchdown, and they ended up trying to go for 2, and it didn't work out. And then the Lions didn't score again. The Bucs got a stop, and then Baker ended up throwing an interception on their last drive, and that kind of ended that.
Yeah. Had the Lions as well. Again, Lions are on a run. They're definitely on a run right now. Yeah, they really are. I see those guys, honestly. I won't jump ahead. They're on a run, and yeah, I think the Lions is gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yep.
A lot of people.
In the last game of the divisional round, the Chiefs and the Bills. Man, the Chiefs ended up beating the Bills by 3. Mm-hmm. The Bills, unfortunately, their field goal kicker missed a kick to tie the game, and that was all she wrote on that one.
He's been getting a lot of hate too, which is unfair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Bills just can't beat the Chiefs. I mean, they're the Bills against the Chiefs is like the Cowboys against the Packers. For whatever reason, they are our Achilles heel. Or the Niners, but we can't beat the Packers either.
The Packers, yeah, you're right.
We definitely can't beat the Packers. So whatever that reason is, it's just matchups.
Yeah.
They don't match up well against Kansas City.
Maybe coach.
It could be. And I believe their coach is on the hot seat as well. But, just some teams you just don't match up well with. And I think, it's just tough when you have to go through, Josh Allen has to go through the Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, man. And hats off to them. Didn't they start the season off kind of slow?
Who?
So, the Bills.
They did. They were kind of like up and down all year.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just tough. It's just kind of tough to to go against those guys.
Yep.
So I guess now we have the conference championships have been set.
Yep.
So in the AFC, it is the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. And over in the NFC, it is the San Francisco 49ers against the Detroit Lions. All right, Bill. Over in the AFC, who's going to the Super Bowl?
Man, I got the Ravens.
Yeah.
I got the Ravens. Now, I understand that you cannot bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You just can't. It's not smart.
Right.
Okay. But the Ravens, man, the way they ended the season, they've been playing well all year. I believe that, what is his name? I'm tripping. The quarterback.
Lamar?
I believe that Lamar Jackson is going to be the MVP, which those finalists came out today.
Yep.
And I just think that they're playing great football right now. They're hot right now. And they are playing with a confidence. This game is going to be at home.
Yep.
The first home game they've had, first home playoff game they've had since I believe it's like the 60s, the 70s, or the 80s. It's been a long time.
For like the conference championship, host the conference championship, because they was at home.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I got the Ravens winning this game. The Chiefs again have not been playing well all year, but of course they've won two playoff games so far. So anything can happen, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens on this. I just think Baltimore's rolling. I honestly just think it's their year.
Yeah.
I just think it's their year. Again, like you said, you don't count out Pat. I think it's not going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be one of those gritty, who wants it more. But Baltimore has a stout defense, man, and Pat don't have nobody to throw that ball to. So
yeah,
in order for them to try to win this game, those receivers are going to have to step up. That run game is going to have to step up. Otherwise, they will be in Cancun with the rest of us after Sunday.
Right.
Let's go over there to the NFC. Niners, Lions. Who's going?
I believe the Niners are going. I'm sorry. I'm tripping. The Lions.
The Lions.
Okay. The Lions are going.
With the upset.
I feel like they're going to start, or they're going to end their year how they started their year, and they're just on a roll. They're playing with the confidence. They have their fans into it. I just feel like even though the Niners are a dominant team, you still just can't trust Purdy all the way.
You can't.
Also, I don't know how healthy Debo was going to be. He ended up leaving the first quarter of the last playoff game that they had. And they right now, looking at it, they have the same record. They're both 12-5. I guess it's the regular season record, but they're both 12-5 in the regular season. I believe that the Lions match up well with the 49ers. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But in my gut, I'm just feeling Lions over the Niners. I feel they're going to upset them.
I am with you. I got the Lions going to the Super Bowl as well, man. Dan Campbell has that Detroit team playing high-level football.
Yeah.
Like, great football. And I think it's their year. And it's crazy how you go, what a year makes. What a difference a year makes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We used to laugh at the Lions. They were the Detroit Kitty Cats.
Right.
They were. That's what we called them. And now they are the Detroit Lions. They are Lions now. You finally got your man. Huh? You got your man. I got Detroit on the upset. Again, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be just like that. Chiefs in Baltimore is going to who wants it more.
Right.
And I just think that Dan Campbell team wants it more.
Yeah, they do.
All right. And we'll wait until, the games have been played. We'll come back and we'll give our Super Bowl predictions and, do all that like kind of how we did last year. That was fun. Talk about, Usher's being the halftime performance.
Definitely going to be watching that.
Even, I think, Post Malone, native of Dallas, he's even participating in the Super Bowl. I think he's singing, not the national anthem, one of them anthems he's going to probably be singing. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. We're going to touch on that as soon as we get those, the teams named.
We may even give y'all a little preview the day of, what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a little 2-3 minute preview of who we think is going to win that game, whenever we get the results of who will make it there.
There we go. See, look, stay tuned. We got all kind of little tricks up our sleeves and stuff like that. All right, y'all, that was our NFL segment. You ready to move on?
Let's move on.
All right, Beezy. Drop that beat.
All right, NBA.
Yep.
NBA, the league that I love. Of course, it's always something going on in the NBA. We just kind of wanted to update you guys on the standings. Also, All-Star captains and starters were announced today. And then, we just gonna go ahead and hit the ground running.
All right, man.
Okay. So right now in the East, Boston is sitting at number 1 at 34-10. Milwaukee is sitting at number 2 at 31-13, which they just fired their head coach and hired Doc Rivers. The Philadelphia 76ers, sitting at number 3 at 29-13. Joel just scored a hot 70 ball.
And 18 reads.
Ooh, a 70 ball and 18 reads.
That's crazy.
Sitting at number 4, Cleveland Cavaliers at 26-16. Sitting at number 5. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to say one thing. He broke Dr. J's record. For Philadelphia 76ers.
Crazy.
So
Joel
I
tough.
just wanted to show love to that because y'all know how long Dr. Jaden.
Yeah, it's been a long time since he's played.
So
Cleveland Cavaliers sitting at number 4 at 26-16. The New York Knicks sitting at number 5 at 27-17. Miami Heat sitting at number 6 at 24-20. The Indiana Pacers are also sitting at number 7 at 24-20. And then the Orlando Magic are sitting at number 8 at 23-21. What are your thoughts on the Eastern Conference so far?
I think this is what I thought it would look like. At least the top 6.
I would say at least the top 3 for sure.
Top 3, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Locked in. I am surprised of why Adrian Griffin, which was Milwaukee Bucks' coach, why he was fired.
Yeah.
I guess the rumors that I just kind of been reading online is he lost the locker room.
But you were 31-11.
Yeah.
Or at the time that they fired him, I think they had a winning record.
They had a winning record. Yeah.
Sitting at number 3, sitting at number 3 in the East.
Yeah.
And you let go of your coach. So, maybe, the players just weren't connecting with him. I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Nothing has came out, right?
I think Dame was complaining about how he couldn't get going in the offense and things like that. But I saw a funny joke online saying that Coach was making fun of Antetokounmpo's brother, Thanasis.
Oh, yeah.
Thanasis, or however you say his name. Talking about said he was stealing money because he's still on the roster, but that was fake news.
Yeah.
But that was just funny. But I don't understand the firing, man. I think that if you have something good going and it's working for you, you gotta ride it down. And you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. But obviously that's not the direction that they wanted to go. They wanted to bring in Doc, and I guess we'll see how that goes.
I guess we will, man. But yeah, other than that, this is how I saw the East pretty much shaping out. Orlando moving to 8 does not shock me. I didn't think them being at the top of the East was sustainable.
Nah.
But I do believe that they'll be a playoff team. They'll hang around in the play-in. It is possible that they could, move up, but I think they're more of a play-in team, which is good. They're on their way. Yeah. That just shows that they're on their way.
And they're young.
So they're showing improvement. They was a laughing stock too for a while. And you got to kind of take them a little serious right now.
You do.
So no, that's all I have for the East. What about you?
It looks like you said, how we thought it would look. I don't have really much to say about it.
Jalen Brunson killish-ish.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson doing his thing. Randall's even hooping. The Boston Celtics are great at home. They've only lost one game at home this whole season. Joel is putting up MVP numbers every single night. He's on my fantasy team, so shout out to him.
Right.
I like it. The Pacers, you got Tyrese Halliburton doing his thing, even though he's injured right now. But that man he's hooping. Yep. He's showing why he should be an All-Star this year. I think it's pretty cool. I think Miami will turn it up once we get closer to the playoffs, because they always do. That Miami Heat culture, and they just got Terry Rozier in Miami. So yeah, I believe that's what's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to move on to the West. You got Oklahoma City sitting at 31-13 at number 1. Then you got the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting at number 2 at 31-13 also. Then you got the Denver Nuggets sitting at number 3 at 31-14. You got the Clippers sitting at number 4 at 28-14. Then you got the Phoenix Suns. Ooh, they done shot up there. They sitting at number 5 at 26-18. Then you got the New Orleans Pelicans sitting at 26-18 at number 6. You got the Kings sitting at number 7, 24-18, and you got the Mavericks sitting at that 8th spot, 24-20. And right under the Mavericks, you got the Lakers sitting at 22-23 at number 9. I didn't want to add the 9th, seed in there, but I had to
because y'all are 10th though.
No, we're 9th, sweetheart.
Well, y'all are tied for 9th and 10th.
We're 9th, sweetheart. That's where we're sitting at right now. We're 9th.
Okay. I mean, I can't talk ish. We right there with y'all.
Exactly. So how are you feeling about the West?
The West, it doesn't look. Minnesota was surprising to me. Minnesota is surprising to me. Oklahoma City, not so much. They've kind of been doing this for the past season?
But to be sitting at number 1,
number 1, that is surprising. That is surprising. That part is surprising, man. Shai is a hell of a player. Chet out there doing his thing. All the Williamses on that team are killing. Are killing it. So yes, Oklahoma City Thunder and Minnesota Timberwolves leading the West is surprising to me. Don't know if it's sustainable. We're almost halfway. I think they'll pretty much be floating between 1 and 4. I think Denver is going to find a way to, they're right there too, man. Yeah. They have game back sitting at 3. They're going to find a way to probably, get back to where they belong, man. That team is just talented. The Clippers are very surprising. They're figuring it out. Mm-hmm. With all those
they are
superstars / has-beens on the team. Oops. They're figuring it out. And I think the Clippers are probably, I think that's where they're going to be for the rest of the season. I don't really see them going up to 1 or 2. I think they'll probably hang around 4 and 5. Even the Suns are figuring out. I actually went to the game yesterday against the Dallas Mavs and the Phoenix Suns. Had a great time, even though we lost. That was tough. And real quick, as far as the Mavericks go, we have to figure out a way to get some help. We have to figure out a way because we're a good team. We don't know how to close out. We'll jump out on the team quick like we did last night. We jumped out on Phoenix up 18 early in the first half, and by that second half, there was almost like a 30-point swing. It
was crazy. I was watching that game last night as well, and the Mavericks were doing their thing in the first half.
Yeah,
I turned the game off. Turned the game off to watch the OKC Spurs game, and I turned back. I'm like, dang, the Mavs down 20 in the third?
Yes.
What happened?
It's because, we don't have enough scores. Luka was doing all the scoring pretty much. Kyrie was out. And we just need help. We don't rebound well. We don't play good defense. So the key to the Mavs victories is we just really have to outscore you.
Yeah.
And that's not sustainable either, because you're gonna run into nights like last night where the shooting is off. You're flat. Nothing's going in. And see, that's when you need defense to kind of help with that, because good defense turns into better offense.
Right.
And and that's where we're struggling. And I feel like we need to make sure we get something done by the deadline. And I'm so sad that we didn't put a package together for Siakam. You know what I mean? And all year and even last season, it's always been, you heard Clint Capella and Siakam. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Siakam was on the block and Mavs couldn't find a way to get that done is very concerning. So I'm just hoping that we can bring somebody in.
Well, Siakam, said that the next team that he plays for, he probably wasn't going to stay. So that could have something to do with it as well. So why risk that?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then he don't even end up staying with you anyway.
No, yeah, you're right. So you give all of that. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, then thank you. You did us a favor. I appreciate it, because we really ain't got the assets to lose. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, Siakam, I appreciate you for not letting that Mavs marriage work. Kyle Kuzma was another name that was getting thrown around. I will take him. That's another extra person that knows how to score. You don't have to set Kyle Kuzma up. He can go get his own points. See, a lot of players on the Mavericks team, you have to set them up in order, to be good or to be effective. And I'm just gonna wait and see. I'm not panicking. I haven't hit the panic button yet. We're right there. I mean, everybody's pretty much right there. When it comes down to 5th on down to 10. Everyone's right there. Things can change in an instant. Yep. So I'm patient. I'm sitting back.
Have you noticed it's been like that for the past couple of years? It's been weird to me.
It has.
It's normally not like this. Normally you can tell, okay, these are the top 8 teams and these are the teams that are not going to make the playoffs. Now you can win a game and go up 2 spots, or you can lose a game and go down 3. Like it's just been like that the past couple of years.
It has been. And you know what? And that means it's starting to spread out. Yeah. Like the talent is spread it out. And that makes for good basketball. That means you don't know. That means every game matters. Every day, every game counts. So I like it. I like it like this. It's not like, oh, well, we know that, the Golden State Warriors are, going to take it all this year. You don't know that.
You don't.
So it makes for interesting football. Interesting basketball.
Yep.
I'm just going to wait and see. Nico Harris, Mark Cuban. Let's get on these phones. Let's make something happen before the deadline, baby. We need help.
Yep. So the way I look at the West, I like where it's, I won't say I like where it's sitting, but Oklahoma City, I am surprised that they are sitting at number 1. They are a young, hungry team, and I like the way they play. Might start playing with them on 2K. You just may never know. The Minnesota Timberwolves were actually surprising to me. I did not expect to see them sitting at 2, maybe top 6, top 7, but not sitting at number 2. Yeah. Cat just scored a 62 ball on the same night that Joel did. The same night that Joel scored 70, he scored 62, but they ended up losing that game. But they're still sitting in the number 2 spot. The Denver Nuggets sitting at number 3. I think those top 3 spots they're going to be teeter-tottering all season.
Oh, yeah.
The Lakers, not the Lakers, the Clippers, like you said, they look really well. They look hot. I think that they're starting to mesh really well and figure out, the roles that everybody's supposed to be playing on that team. Phoenix is starting to get hot.
Because they're healthy now.
They're healthy. I still don't trust Bill, but they're healthy right now. D-Book scored, before KD scored 43, D-Book had scored like 52 or something, I forgot against who. Then KD turned around, scored 43. Then last night against you guys, the game that you were at, he scored another 46. So, they can score. Yeah, they can put that ball in the court.
Any of them can go off
either
at any
KD
time.
or Booker. I'm not even going to add Bill in there because, again, he can't really stay healthy. But either KD or Book can go off on any given night.
That's scary.
The Pelicans, they don't impress me. Nah. They're sitting at the number 6 spot, but I'm still just not impressed with the Pelicans like that. The Kings, like you said before, they probably ain't lighting that beam this year. But, they're still in the hunt. They're still sitting at number 7. The Dallas Mavericks, I feel like you guys are just missing one piece.
Yeah.
Just missing one piece, and I think that piece will put you guys like it would really make you guys tough to beat. Because if you have Luka and then you have Kyrie and then you get y'all a big or somebody that can go get their own bucket as well, or just a dominant big that can kind of lead the way for Lively, I feel like that could really elevate y'all. The Lakers, I don't know. I feel like that we're competing, but some of the games that we've lost this year that we shouldn't have, that's not good. You're supposed to win the games that you're supposed to win and then compete against the others that are going to be tougher. Right. And I just feel like some of the games that they've lost have irritated me. They're trying to figure it out before the deadline. I want them to make a move, but at the same time, I love the way D'Lo has been playing lately. The past 5-6 games, he's been averaging 27 points. AD has been playing very well. He's been healthy this year. What we've asked him to do, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like he can help when he get injured, right? But he's been healthy, knock on wood. And I feel like we've been wasting a good AD year. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've been wasting year 21 Bron because he's still playing at an elite level. So I feel like the Lakers will figure it out. We were in this spot. Well, we were lower than this last season, and we made it to the Western Conference Finals. So anything can happen. I would love to see them bring back, what is the big guy name that played for the Bulls? Andre Drummond. I would love to see them bring him back if they can. I would love to see them bring Alex Caruso in and bring him back. I don't know what they're gonna do, but if they do bring anybody in, I would much rather it be like a big that can play that can play after AD sits on the bench, you know what I mean, and also be able to guard people like Jokic and stuff in the playoffs. That's what I would love to see. I've also heard rumblings about Bruce Brown. Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
What about DeJounte Murray?
DeJounte is in the mix as well. And I also heard that they were waiting on a third team to try to make a deal work. And I heard that the Wizards entered the chat. So we'll see. The deadline is coming up soon, sometime next month. So we shall see. But if you bring in DeJounte Murray alongside Bron and AD, I think that could take us far. I really do. But yeah, I mean, that's how I'm feeling about the Lakers right now. I'm not hitting the panic button just yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
We're about halfway through the season. We're a little bit under 500 right now, but I know that we'll get above 500. I just want us to go on I want to see us go on like a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak. That's what I want to see from the Lakers. Because if we can do that, we'll find our way in that 1 through 6 seed somewhere. I just really feel that way. But I mean, I guess we'll have to just wait and see.
No, I feel that. You know what? I noticed when you was calling out the standings, the Golden State Warriors wasn't nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So are we at the end of an era? Is Golden State Warriors done? Because right now they're sitting at 12 and 19 and 22. So are we done with the dynasty?
So, I feel like they are done. I feel like the dynasty is done. I feel like, Draymond is getting older. And, Steph is too, but Steph is still Steph. I feel like you put the right players around. Yeah, shoot. You put the right players around him, he's still going to be Steph. Clay, though, has taken he's regressed. He has regressed. Yeah. He is not the same Clay as he used to be before the injuries. But when you have 2 major injuries like that, I guess that's what happens. So I feel like this is the end of a dynasty, but at the same time, you can never count them out because last year, they were terrible as well, and they found themselves in the playoffs.
Right.
And ended up, I forgot who they lost to. But I remember Steph went for like 50 against the Kings in Game 7. I mean, you just can't count them out, almost like Mahomes. But at the same time, I still feel like it's over.
Do you think they blow it up after this season?
I think they do.
Yes.
I think that I can see that. Like, because you're not going to keep going on playing losing basketball when you're used to going to the finals almost every year. You're not just going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I do feel like they'll blow it up after this year if they don't do anything. So I guess we'll see.
I agree. I think that run is done. I think Golden State is done. Now, like you said, they could be in the playoffs, but I think the Golden State Warriors, as we know it, that's over.
Yeah. It's over.
But it was a hell of a run, though.
It was.
That was some exciting basketball during those times.
It was.
But, just like all things, all good things must come to an end.
Yep.
And then we're here.
And speaking of the Western Conference, Ja Morant.
Yes.
He was suspended for the first, I think, 25 plus so games. And he's out. He's out for the rest of the season with a torn labrum in his shoulder. So we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yes.
I know he was excited to be back, and it just did not last long. He did. He dunked on Wemby and everything. I mean, he looked really good. But I think that, he'll be, well, we'll see. He'll come back, stronger and better. Yeah. Did you want to touch on real quick?
Sure.
And this is like a little bonus. Chet versus Wemby. Right now, who do you think is the rookie of the year?
Ooh. I'm going with Wemby. Right now, he's leading all rookies in multiple stats.
Yeah.
So, numbers, like you always say, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. And if the numbers are saying he's rookie of the year, then God damn it, he's rookie of the year.
Right now it's a toss up. Even though I think Wemby, with all the hype he had coming in, I believe they're going to give it to him anyway. Yeah. But I mean, I think it's tough. I think it's close.
But Chet been doing his thing though.
He has been.
I'm not knocking that.
No, I'm not either. Yeah. I'm just saying I just think it's close. But I like Wemby. I think Wemby will end up getting the rookie of the year.
I'm only saying it purely because of what the stats are saying.
Yep.
He's leading. So,
yep.
All
right. This is the last thing we'll talk NBA. Sure. All-star captains and starters have been announced.
Hey!
In the East, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the captain. And the starters are, of course, Giannis, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, and Jason Tatum. How are you feeling about the starters in the East?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think anyone got snubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are playing the best basketball in the East. So,
and I lied. We probably got one more thing to talk about NBA, but we'll get there. Fair. And then in the West, of course, my guy, my boy, LeBron James is the captain. Yep. And then your starters are Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic. How do you feel?
Again, I think that's right. I don't feel anyone got snubbed there either. these are the guys that are playing the best basketball in the West as well. So I think the fans and voters got it right.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think they got it right. I think these are the guys that have been playing the best. They're still hanging in there, still playing elite basketball every single night. I just wanted to shout out Brian. LeBron is the first player ever with 20 NBA All-Star selections.
Wow.
Shout out to my boy. He passed, I believe, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's what's up.
And he's a captain again this year. So, man.
Should we clap it up for Brian?
Yeah, we can clap it up for Brian.
Right,
That's another accolade for him.
Clap it up for Brian.
I'm just happy, man. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that I'm rooting for this guy. I mean, he just never ceases to amaze me. So, yeah, shout out to Brian. But, yeah, I'm excited to see who the rest of the squad will be in the East and the West. I think those will be announced next Thursday, February 1st. So, yeah, we'll see who that is. And then this is the last thing that we'll talk about. So this is 2024. The Olympics are this summer.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I did not realize that. Yes, you are absolutely right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The pool has been dropped as far as the 41 players that they selected to just at least, come and like try out and show if they got what it takes to win that gold. And so I'm not going to name off all 41 players,
Right.
but I will name who I think is going to make the squad or who I think should make the squad. Okay. This is just my 12 right here.
Okay.
I got Bron, I got Steph, AD, KD, MB, Tatum, Kawhi, Kyrie, Anthony Edwards, Damian Lillard, Bam Adebayo, Booker, and Jared Allen. That's my 12. I think that's a solid 12 right there that can win you gold. Like I really do. Even though these national teams are starting to get better and better, they are better.
Yeah.
I mean, and they've shown that, in past years. But I think this is the squad that'll take back the gold. What you think?
I think so too. And then my 12 is pretty much like yours. I got Booker, Curry, Butler, Anthony Davis, and Edwards, Joel Embiid, Kyrie, LeBron, Tatum, Lillard, and Leonard. So
okay.
I think
you put Butler in there.
Yeah, I put Butler in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I think
not mad at it, but I am excited for this summer. Like I'm definitely going to be tuned into those games because of course they'll be playing at different times, but I'm definitely going to be tuned in watching those games because we're going to see some exciting basketball. Even like we got a steal with Joel Embiid.
Yeah, because
we got a steal.
He's really not supposed to be playing with us. Yeah.
We got a steal. He said he want to help us win goals, so I'm with it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't
we'll
wait.
Take it. We'll take it, man. And I mean, I'm of course I'm looking forward to the basketball, but really I'm looking forward to the track. I love track.
Yeah.
During
definitely. Of course. Yes.
That's
track
like
for
my
sure.
favorite.
And
event.
honestly, some swimming, like the exciting events in swimming. But yeah, it's a lot of events that I like to watch.
We have fun with the pod during the Olympics.
Beach volleyball, I like to watch that. And I like to watch regular volleyball. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be an exciting Olympics.
Yeah.
I just want to know what they're gonna do as far as the bed bug infestation in Paris.
Ooh.
Like it's really bad.
Nasty.
You need to look it up. Like it's bad. They're saying that. And I'm not even trying to talk down on Paris. I mean, I've always wanted to visit Paris, but now that I'm hearing all these things about it being nasty, there's a lot of rats and rodents and things like that. But they've had a really bad bed bug infestation there. And so I'm wondering like how they're going to maneuver that whole situation.
They got about what? Like 8 months,
They got to figure that out. They got to figure that out. They got to figure that out.
That's not a lot of time.
It's not. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye out on that. But yeah, that's all.
Damn, Paris washing sheets.
Yeah, well, you got to do more than just wash sheets when you're dealing with bed bugs.
Look, I don't know. I ain't never had
right. But hey, look, you got to do more than just that. I ain't never had bed bugs either, but I heard you got to do more than just that. But yeah, that's all. That's all the NBA we're gonna talk. Yeah. And this is the last thing we're gonna talk about, the Australian Open. I just wanted to shout out Coco Gauff, man. She ended up losing in the finals. She didn't make it to the championship game, but she did make it to the final four of it all.
That's what's up.
And she lost early this morning. They played at 2:30 this morning. I wasn't able to watch the match, but the last match she played, she came back all the way down in the set from down 5-1. And she ended up winning that first set 7-6, and then she ended up winning the second one 7-6. But Coco is only 19 years old. She'll be back. She's going to continue to compete. She just won the U.S. Open in 2023, so I know for sure that she got another major coming that she's going to win. So shout out to Coco Gauff. Just wanted to give her flowers.
Yeah, shout out Coco Gauff, man. This is just the beginning, though. She's so young. So I hope she's not holding her head. This is just another, trial, and just use this as motivation for the U.S. Open. When is the U.S. Open? Is that like the summer or something?
It's during the summertime.
Okay, yeah, just get ready for that and kill that.
Yep. All right, Lisa. Well, I think that's it.
That's it, man. Episode 24 is in the books. All right. So before we get out of here, I have to say, if you have not watched or listened to episode 23, make sure you go and do that, man. Super dope interview that we had with the first African-American athletic coordinator for the women and also the first African-American head varsity volleyball coach, Jamie Johnson, man.
Yes.
Super dope episode,
please
man.
Check it out,
She
y'all.
dropped a lot of jewels on us, and just please check that out, man. Video, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube at our page at LOCDN Sports, spelled the correct way. Also, please follow us, like us, share us, tag us, comment, holler at us. I don't know. Just do all of that. And you can do that by looking us up on Instagram at LOCD, the letter N Sports, spelled the correct way. And also on Facebook at LOCD, the letter N Sports, spelled the correct way. And where else can they find us, Velz?
You can also follow us on X at LOCD, the letter N, and Sports, spelled the correct way, man. Like Lee said, interact with us. We'll interact back with you.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to let y'all know, at the time of this recording, we are watching LSU in South Carolina. It's a tied game with 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 77. So what we're going to do is wrap this up because we want to go watch this game.
Yeah.
So it's been real. It's the one and only Lyse.
And it's your girl Velz, a.k.a. Velly Vel, if that's what you want to call me.
And together we are Locked in Sports. Peace.
I like sports and that's it.